Yo, howdy har. Well, no, wait, howdy ho. Welcome back to the show. Oh, dude, that's my new thing. Howdy, dude. Put that on a flippin' t-shirt, dude. Oh, howdy ho. Welcome back to the show. Today's guest, Sasha Fox, is my friend. Born and raised out of LA and New York City. Not the city, New York State, excuse me. Upstate New York. I don't know anything about the East Coast. We basically had almost opposite childhoods. Yet she's still one of my homies here at Chapman University that she doesn't attend, but we talk about that currently. She's a singer, a songwriter, model, an actress, and all around just a cool, crazily creative, capable alliteration words. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this discussion we had in her apartment where we talk about almost burning down Universal Studios and participatory plays in warehouses. I hope you enjoy this one with Sasha Fox. Welcome to Worlds. Bye.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, skier.
Oh, hey.
I'm pretty good right now.
Welcome to
It was
Worlds.
so funny during the cop podcast. I
Yeah.
kept like telling him, I'd be like,
Okay.
and then
Were you
he'd,
in
like,
the room with him?
dude, I was like this, like face to face.
Whoa! Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's sick.
Bruh.
That's really
It
cool.
was so dope.
Did you go to the station or like where
Yeah.
did you guys? That's where. Wait, where was it? Where did you guys?
Orange police station.
Like what? In what room?
So, all right, let me give the letter.
Set the scene.
Setting the scene.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
I had this police podcast, and he's Sergeant McMullen. Shout out Sergeant McMullen. And I showed up, and he like met me at the front door.
Okay.
And then he actually was like, "Let me show you around." And I was like, "Really?" Because that was not in like any agreement. I just thought I was doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And then he showed me all the police cars. He showed me like the jail and the holding cells.
Whoa.
Yeah, like the whole kit.
Do you see people like?
No,
No. I see.
I feel like he couldn't have showed me that.
Yeah.
He talked a little bit about like what had been going on,
Uh-huh.
and that's when it was like the stabbings and then the person who got beat to death that I told you about.
Yeah. So
Not
spooky.
a good time.
Not a good time for Orange.
Not a good time for Orange.
Uh-huh.
Beware, people.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So he talked about that,
Mm,
and then we just went into like this little side room,
yeah.
and then there were like people walking in and out. You could probably hear that too.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What are you guys
Door.
doing?" Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, we're doing a podcast."
Uh-huh.
But no, dude, the tensions were high.
That's wild. Oh my god.
It was nuts. Like, props to him for like letting just some freaking 20-year-old come into the police station and talk to me, and I have a
Yeah.
lot of respect for him for doing that.
Yeah.
But it was gnarly.
What a crazy environment for a podcast.
Yeah.
And then this is just in my apartment.
Yeah.
The
It's so
drastic
mellow.
difference.
Oh my gosh. Well, and it's cool because I don't get to. I think I've done this is my third one in person.
Okay.
I did Camila's in person.
Yes.
And then I did the police officers in person.
Yeah.
And then you're my third.
Wow.
Yeah.
The honor.
Dude, I wish all of them could be in person.
It would be. It's the connection is so much better.
Yeah.
I feel in person.
And
It's
it
probably
sucks
harder.
too. So a decent amount of them have
Yeah.
been like, obviously over Zoom.
Yeah.
And I'll like lose someone, like the
Mhm.
connection will go out, and then that stops the flow.
Yeah. Exactly. That sucks.
Dude.
But at least this one will be in person. So
Yeah,
I
true.
hope it's gonna be great.
We ain't stopping no flow.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. Apologize for the audio. We only have un microphone.
Yeah.
But as soon as you guys, I don't know. I need some ads.
We're trying our hardest.
Then I'll get a better mic, okay? But no, I was just telling Sasha that
Mm.
this is the same setup that I used, and I kept having to like tell the police officer with just my hands like to like lean closer.
Oh, if I need to leave, just let me know.
Brah,
Yeah,
I know.
just
I will do
tell
that.
me.
That's why it's funny. So people can't see, but I'm like leaning over the mic. I'm like trying to talk into it a little bit,
Yeah.
but then we're just sitting at a desk and the
Yeah.
mic's just like in the middle. So I'm like talking to Sasha,
Mhm.
but into the microphone.
See, I'm always afraid to like peak or like blast the speakers or the mic because I talk so loud
Brah,
sometimes.
well, we got the levels right there.
Okay, so just if I'm too loud, if I'm too quiet, just let me know and I'll
Gotcha,
adjust.
Well, what's up? I think we're recording now.
Yeah.
Does this count?
Yeah. I think that was a perfect slide intro into this.
Dope.
I think it was awesome.
So, who are you? Why should people care about you?
Oh my gosh, deep. Okay. My name is Sasha Fox.
That was all right. I did not mean that
Yeah.
to sound the way it did.
Yeah. My name.
Just a joke.
Yes, my name is Sasha Fox. I am a 20-year-old I don't.
What are you? A dropout.
Yeah.
Second female dropout on this podcast.
I'm not a dropout just yet. I don't think I'll be a dropout. I think I might graduate. I don't know right now, but at the moment, I am a full-time working model and aspiring actress. But I am a film student as well, taking a break for the semester.
How many Christmas movies have you been in?
Oh God, I've been in one Christmas movie.
If anybody wants to find Sasha in a Christmas movie, you can.
It's not that I mean, like, it was a wholesome movie. It was fine. I'm not against the movie. I just can't watch myself at any time. I can't. It's so cringy
on
to
Apple
myself.
TV.
Yeah.
It's there, right?
It's on the OWN network if you want to
What's
check
it
it
called?
out. It's called One Fine Christmas. It came out 2019, I think, November of 2019. So One Fine Christmas.
Was that your official actorial debut?
No, I'm not acting when I was a baby, but I was in a movie when I was like an infant. I was in
Which
another
movie?
Christmas movie. Oh my God, I was in another
Your
Christmas.
second Christmas
It's my
movie.
second Christmas movie.
Noted.
I was in a movie called A Diva's Christmas Carol.
A Diva's Christmas
Yeah,
Carol.
I played the baby
on Bravo.
on Bravo. I don't even know what network it was, but I was an infant and I had my bright blue eyes because at that time I had blue eyes and I just.
And now you have brown eyes.
Yeah, Hazel.
Hazel.
Hazel
Okay,
eyes.
excuse me.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. The
I'd
model
say-
term is Hazel.
It's Hazel.
I have
yes.
cyan eyes and Hazel.
And Hazel, just a tint.
Wait, how did your eyes change color like that?
I don't know. I wish they were still blue. I mean, I love my eyes, but when I was, I think, like 2 years old, they were bright blue, like shocking, because my mom has blue eyes.
Mm.
And then one day I don't know if they changed gradually. I don't think it's like next day I woke up and it was, brown, but or hazel, excuse me. But
Hazel.
it gradually changed over like probably a few weeks and just
Okay.
it's a common thing though. Like I've heard a lot of people.
I go between like green and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never know.
Depending on my mood.
Depending on what I'm feeling today, what I'm wearing, I can switch.
I can make it match my outfit.
Yeah.
I mean, I only wear green and blue thing and blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I wear anyway.
So it works out. It matches.
I'm not wearing any green and blue right now,
Yeah.
but count it.
I usually wear like bright colors like red and
Why?
or yellow. I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
Well, like in the beginning of high school, I used to wear like only black, gray, and like.
Were you
very-
emo?
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, like I was just sad. I mean, like as any high school kid,
I
was
don't know why I'm laughing, but
but like the high school angst. It's purely like
angst.
I would have
Rebellion.
I had my headphones in 24/7. Like I was listening to Panic at the Disco nonstop.
Oh my god.
And it was just like, so I would rip black jeans every day to school.
Really?
And I would get in trouble. Yeah, it was.
Trouble for what?
I went to a private school, so it was really like dress code heavy. And I would wear ripped black jeans every single day. And I would get
It's not
dress
part of the
coded.
uniform?
No. And I would get dress coded every day. And I did not care. I was just like, you know what? I was like, this is my little like rebellion right here, and this is what I want to do, so I'm just gonna do it.
Dude, I probably would have cried if I disobeyed a dress code.
Are you kidding?
Oh, dude, I was a freaking, oh my god.
Were you like really straight edge?
Dude, my friend, oh my god. So we were playing ping pong, and I
Mhm.
think I like...
At
we-
school?
Yeah,
Okay.
in school, and it was during like the like field day, like you like do activities and
I
shit.
know this.
And I
Mhm.
think I like hit a ping pong ball too far, or like basically I fucked up.
Okay.
And my friend came back and he's like, Max, we have to go to the principal's office, and I straight up started crying.
What? Were they mad that you just
No,
hit it too
I
far?
don't know. I just remember playing ping pong, and he's like, we need to go to the principal's office, and then I
God.
just had a heart attack
Oh
almost.
no.
It was
I-
not an no. It was a, oh my god, Max,
Yeah.
you need to get your shit together.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
I mean,
Clearly you had a different viewpoint.
Yeah. I mean, like the worst thing at high school, I was suspended 2 times
For what?
for skipping class. I was an awful student.
You just not give a shit?
Yeah, really. I really just did not like school.
Really changed
and I
in
would,
college.
yeah, really changed. It really changed. I mean, I like film school much more, and like
That's
in the
true.
beginning when it was very much more like do what you want, and like you don't have to have an emphasis and like have to pick exactly what you want to do and get more technical. It was just make movies. I loved it.
Yeah.
But of course, in high school, you're learning about like things you don't really want to learn about, like physics, and so I just like skip class all the time.
Dude, physics is dope.
Yeah,
You just need the right teacher for physics.
That's the truth. That is the truth. I say that all the time. I think having the right teacher makes the whole class a whole different vibe.
Did you like anything in high school?
Yeah. No, I loved history. I had
Okay.
a really great
Really?
history teacher. Yeah, I had a really great history teacher because it's just storytelling. Like I
Oh,
love.
that's true.
I'm the kind of person that loves like dark history, old cool
Yeah.
stuff. And so if you have a good teacher, an example of history that's just telling the story in a very intriguing way, like of course I'm gonna listen because I'm all in. But I liked history. I liked English. I had a great English teacher. Latin was fun, even though I was really bad at it. Loved Latin. But yeah, art classes, obviously. Music classes. I mean, that when I was skipping class, all I was doing was going to the band practice room and just playing with my friends.
So you were still in school?
Yeah. I would come late a lot in the morning because I didn't want to wake up. And then if I was skipping class in the middle of the day, I would just go meet up with my friends in practice rooms and we would just jam out. Like they would have their band practice and I would just pop in or, play with my own band.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So wait, what do you play?
What do I play or what did I play with them?
What did you play with them and what do you play now, I guess?
Usually it was bass. Because my best friend, he was the rhythm guitarist, and then my guitar teacher was usually the lead, and then our friend Amir was the drummer. And so when I pop in, I can play a lot of things, so it's whatever they need at the moment, but it was usually can you hop on bass for this? And I just learned the part in 2 minutes and just do it. But I can play bass, guitar, piano, drums, keys, and a little of the accordion.
Keys, that's fancy.
Yeah, the keys.
You mean piano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mean piano?
I play the keys.
Yeah.
Hazel.
Yeah,
There
but
you go.
I used to, when I was younger, I played the violin. Like you did.
Shout out.
Yes, shout out to the violin crew. I played the violin. And
Wait, did you play Suzuki books?
No.
No?
No. What's
Suzuki, basically you had different, that was you went through different Suzuki books, and the Suzuki books had different songs in them.
Oh.
And you'd have basically there was book 1 through 10.
Okay.
And each one was a harder collection of 5 or 6 songs.
Oh.
And it takes 2 years to learn a book.
Oh, geez.
And you memorize all the songs. And then at the end of when you memorize the songs, this is what I did. So I got up to book 4.
Uh-huh.
I had a book 4 concert, and you play all the songs in a row,
And
back to back, memorized.
Oh my gosh.
With a pianist.
Whoa.
Full gig.
Yeah. You were a legit
Dude,
violinist.
you have to be, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my
I've seen
God.
videos.
They're cringy as hell. I got really into it.
You're with button-up shirts. You're just have your violin.
I loved it though. And
Yeah.
my violin. So speaking of teachers, my violin teacher,
Yeah.
Teresa Stephen Greeley, that's her
Ooh.
name. She's a savage.
That's
She's
a great
first
name.
chair
Uh-huh.
in the Steamboat Orchestra,
Aw.
and just a badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does she still play? Well,
Oh, dude.
COVID is no one's really
Yeah,
out.
but
doing
no,
things,
she still rips, and she's a sweet tele skier.
Oh,
she skis.
Oh my gosh.
You know what tele skiing is?
No, but it's both of your favorite things: skiing and I guess the violin.
There you go. But so yeah, tele skiing is when you're front of the rear of your binding releases,
Bind
and
it?
so you
What?
binding. So you have your skis,
Okay.
and then you have your boots, right?
Yes.
And the thing that attaches your boot
That little
to your
clip thing?
ski, the clip thing,
Yes.
is a binding.
Yes. Okay.
And then the binding, the rear of it releases, and then your knee drops on the ski, and it's called
What?
tele skiing.
So you're just skiing
It's
on
like
your
cross
knee?
country skiing, but yeah. So then your knee could be on the front of the ski.
Yeah.
It's
and
trippy.
Is it cross country where you're
No,
walking,
you're
or is it just
downhill
going
skiing.
down?
It's very hard to
No.
describe.
You're
but-
gonna have to show me videos.
But my
'cause-
friend Elijah
Yeah.
is a tele skier, and he's insane.
Wow.
And he came from ski jumping, which you also have the released thing.
Yeah.
And then he went from that to tele skiing, and
Yeah.
and then he got really good at it.
Is tele skiing harder than most? or-
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure. It's
cool.
just it's like a different style. You can't do as many. Well, not as many people have done triples and big tricks like that.
Yeah.
But it enables you to do really creative weird shit, which Elijah
Interesting.
does. So shout out to Elijah.
Can you
By
do
the
it?
way, fuck no.
Just wondering. Continue.
I've done it once.
Yeah.
And it's just a different style.
Yeah.
It's short board surfing, which is
Oh, okay.
super so short board is not tele skiing, which is
Yeah.
you really aggressive and you're doing tricks and crazy shit, and then
Mhm.
longboarding
Mhm.
is when you're just cruising.
Yeah.
And then that's tele skiing, I guess.
Mhm.
But to the people listening, Sasha and I both are kind of, I don't know, I can't speak for you, but for me, I'm
Yeah.
pretty bouncing around
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The ADD.
Dude.
It's really bad.
Like, I don't know where we started, and now we just got to tele skiing.
I know it's bad. This is how we can talk for hours.
Yeah.
We just like keep on going.
So
and
it's probably,
snowballing.
to the people listening, if it's exhausting, then just stop now.
This is
'cause
just how our brain works.
it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
My god, yeah. I skiing is fun.
Are you a boarder?
No, I never snowboarded.
You're a
in my
skier,
life.
Brad?
Yeah.
I saw
mean,
that clip. You went to the Yellowstone Club.
Yeah. It was
Damn.
fun and beautiful and great, but my god, the anxiety going down that hill.
Why?
I knew what I was doing. Like I even like retook like classes that the day before just so I can figure it out and know. But like going down the hill will take like what, 25 minutes, like maybe 30. Or at least
you
for me, I'm
asking
slow.
me? Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably really fast. It took a long time, and so just my legs got so tired.
Yeah.
And like it was just so steep. I don't remember what kind of mountain I was going down, but like or what kind of trail, but oh my gosh,
It was pretty flat.
yeah. I bet. I was.
Hey, props for
panicking.
trying. I've seen videos.
Yeah, I made it down.
And it's not the worst thing I've seen.
Yeah, I
Juliet
made,
has some competition.
oh yeah,
I want to see
Oh.
you both ski.
dude, ski competition. Who can
Brah.
get down there first?
Brah.
I'll send it. I'll just be like, I don't care.
Full send.
It's full
I don't know how good that'd be for your modeling career
Yeah.
if you show up on crutches.
Right, that'd be. I was talking about that today. I'm roller skating with my friends on Saturday. Me
Okay.
and my friend Casey and Jenna. I don't know where we're going, but we all have skates and we were like, let's just make a night out of it. And I'm afraid that I'm gonna bust my ass. I mean, I've roller skated before, but only in rinks and
Yeah.
on my tennis court at home. When I was like 15, I would just go out there and just skate in circles for hours. And so I'm afraid that I'm gonna bust my ass.
Well, then you can't think about that before, because
Right.
then you're gonna, what do the kids call it? Materialize it when you manifest.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I just gotta manifest that'll be
It's
good.
bad juju.
Because the thing is, I can skate, but when like if my career wasn't like modeling or something where I have to be so reliant on my like physical, like I can't get
Yeah, like you
scrapes.
can't get scrapes or anything.
Yeah, it's like annoying because
Do you sign any contracts or like?
to not get like scarred up.
Yeah.
No, I mean when I signed my contract, I don't think that was in there. I
Did
read
you
some
look
of
at
it.
it?
Yeah, I did. I
Did
read
you
it
give
over.
to a lawyer?
No.
No.
Me and my assistant, or not my assistant, my family's assistant went over and kind of read it over. But I don't think it said anything that, like I scrape myself up and, get cuts and whatever. But it's not like, oh my God, you have a little scar on your leg. Whoops, you're not getting this job. Like they can just probably edit it out or something.
True.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's scary. I mean, like if I didn't have to rely so much on my physical form, which I hate doing.
You'd be more sendy.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Excuses.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like I really wouldn't give a shit. It's just this idea of like you're roller skating, you fall on your face, and like I remember one time I was walking to class, my friend Abby was skating to class, not roller skate, she was skateboarding, and fell and just scraped her entire face.
That's
The
badass.
skin off her forehead and her cheek.
That's
And
badass.
we walk into class, she's outside like with P-Safe or public safety and just like, sobbing from the thought. She's an on-screen actor. And so it's very much like, oh my God, what if I have a scar on my face?
She was like probably
forever?
trying to like look all like cute and like I'm roller skating
Yeah.
to class.
Yeah, she was skateboarding. She was like,
She was skating.
Yeah, she was Yeah.
Okay, respect.
And her truck just hit a curb. It's by that house, where Bruxy's is,
Yeah,
where
dude.
everyone falls and
Yeah.
wipes out right there, and
Oh.
just flew forward. And her backpack was what went over her head. It was crazy. But
Full scrape face.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a skateboard, not to like not to like be like, hey, this is my story.
Yeah.
But did you go to the field? What was the field thing freshman year?
Oh my God. Field night or something? I don't know. Game.
Playfair.
Playfair. Yes.
Yes,
Dude,
so
I loved Playfair.
In college, once you get to college, you become an adult, right? And you go to these things called Playfair.
Yeah.
And Playfair is basically like this game that all the freshmen play
Mhm.
to meet more people, and you go in circles. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Thinking back, it's like a college institution. They're like, you know what we should do?
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it because you just need to meet people, but like it would be like stupid shit like find someone with your birthday.
Yep.
And you'd like run around in the field. But anyway, I rode my skateboard there too.
Nice.
And my now friend group had already known each other kind of, and they were all walking together and I didn't know shit
Mm.
or anyone.
Yeah.
And I ate shit by hitting a curb in front of like a whole, because there's like a massive line of people all walking to Playfair.
No.
Bruh. And I just eat shit in front of everyone. I'm like, yep,
Oh my god.
there you go. And I was like, they're not going to remember me. They're not going to remember
Yeah,
me.
right.
And then people were like, are you the blonde kid who ate shit in front of
Yes.
everyone on the way to Playfair? I'm like, nonsense.
You're like, I don't know
There's
what you're
plenty
talking
more
about.
blonde surfer dudes
There's a lot of them
that
here.
could have been, yeah.
Yeah. No, there's this one kid, I don't remember his name, but like at Playfair, we had the same birthday. We were in that circle group where it was like, find your same birthday month, and then find your same birthday week, and then same birthday day. And he
Find
lived
the same birthday day.
he lived in Henley, the building we all lived in.
Dodge kids.
Dodge kids. And every single day, if I saw him like walking up and down the stairs, we wave at each other. And I was like, damn, Playfair worked. And then on our birthday, we were like, happy birthday! Like, hope you're having a great one.
Holy
But,
shit.
you know, it worked out. I love games like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm such a child. I love all that type of shit.
I was really stressed.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah, because I'm all about like, not all about first impressions, but I'm
Yeah.
like, don't fuck it up, because
Yeah.
I put a lot of like external pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty stressful for me,
Yeah.
which is weird because
Mhm.
I'm like a pretty outgoing person.
That's the same, like, I'm the same way. People always tell me, they're like, oh my god, you're so good at like being a people person and like meeting people, or like if someone's shy, you're really good at opening them up, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But like, I have such bad social anxiety to the point where like I stress out about like first impressions. I stress out about, you know, even if I'm going like hang out with people I know or kind of know, like it's to the point where I'm just like, oh my god, I can't like this is an awful feeling. I feel like I'm on fire.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't, like, it's not that I'm afraid of what people think. It's just like, I don't know. I feel at times I'm like, do I do the same thing that I did first impression, where I'm just super like happy and super like hi, like excited and energetic, because that's what I usually do. Or do I play my normal stuff, which is kind of just quote play? I'm like,
I was gonna say
in a
play.
minute. Or like, do
Dude.
I, you know, because I'm much more relaxed, I feel, but I like to make people feel comfortable, and like whenever I go and do like crazy, like excited and really, you know, like asking a bunch of questions about people and all that kind of stuff, they feel much more relaxed. I don't know. And then, but really, man, I'm just they feel mellow, I think. I don't know, what do you think?
I think that was very up and down.
yeah
And all over. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, because I have this like weird, like giggly, like stupid, say random shit side of me, and then
Yeah.
like a more serious side. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, just be your true self.
But no, it's definitely if you are too much of anything, I think
Mhm.
when you first meet people, it's a little off-putting,
Yeah,
because it's just like people just kind of want to.
it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like I
Mhm.
get it. And even like me, it was funny. I was at work last week, and
Mhm.
I don't know, like we were recording
Mhm.
and like doing like bits. I was doing bits with this girl I was filming,
Yeah.
and I talked to, because I have to do selects and rewatch everything at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And I was talking to my boss about it. I'm like, I'm kind of annoying. He's like, you're not annoying. You just need to like dial it back a little bit sometimes, because it's like the like kind of oh gosh, I don't even know what you want to call it. I don't know. People who know me, I assume
Mhm.
people who listen to this know me,
No.
but because I haven't reached that far yet. But I'm very energetic, and then that can just get kind of exhausting sometimes. I'll stop
Yeah.
talking, but
No.
the answer is I don't really know.
No, I feel the same way. I've not, it's again, like going back on what I said before, where I don't care what people think. I'm afraid that I, at the same way, am pushing it. Like, I purely do this energetic thing to make, just kind of just be like, hey, like, I want you to feel comfortable. Like, I want you to know that, like, I'm trying to, like, I'm nice, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm super chill and I don't care. But, like, I'm afraid that gets too much, and that people are like, oh my God, like, Sasha, Jesus Christ, like, she's a whatever. Like, I went to a casting yesterday, and I saw like a bunch of people
Casting for modeling
Oh,
or
yeah.
for acting?
for modeling.
Okay,
It was
got
a casting for a jean company, and there were a bunch of models from my agency that I hadn't met. So I did the very much like, hey, like, hi, my name's Sasha. Like, where are you from? Like, what's your name? How long you been with Natural Models LA, which is my agency.
Shout out.
Shout out. They're the best. And was just kind of just really doing that. And then I remember I kept on thinking, I was like, do the people that are casting me right now think I'm annoying because I'm just talking this entire time? Like, do they want someone more chill? Like, And I got like kind of panicked. I had a good time and I liked the casting because it was very comfortable for me. Didn't feel awkward. But I got in the car and I was like, oh God, like, do they think I was annoying as shit? Or do they like think I'm an outgoing person? Like, what's the, vibe of that? So it's, I don't know. It's, social anxiety. It's just how
That's
it is.
how she rolls.
That's just how she rolls.
Well, the ultimate goal is to not give you flying food.
Exactly. And that's what I feel.
Which takes time.
Yeah.
Because even people, they'll be like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really not give a fuck? Even with like school and stuff, they're like, oh, I don't care. It's like, do you?
Yeah.
Like, dude, especially in high school, people are like, oh, I don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
this anymore. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's sick.
That's how I'm like, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Well, that's sick. Dude.
Yeah, I feel like even for me, someone who really did not care in high school, there was a moment where like I cared because I was like,
you gave fucks.
yeah. I mean, I pulled my shit together junior and senior year because
Yeah.
like freshman and sophomore, I remember I was like, I was living in New York. I went to a school that I didn't really like, and I was like, I'm over this. I want to get the fuck out of here. All that jazz. And then by junior year, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I have to go to college, and I genuinely want to go to I want to go to Chapman. Like, and if I want to go to Chapman, I need to get my shit together. And so I worked my ass off, like, studying, doing all this shit, and getting my stuff together before I came to school, and I made it. I made it to the only school I applied to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking congrats on
It was
that.
such a send. Oh my God.
What do you have to do?
What? To apply here? Or
Yeah,
like,
well, number one, why
yeah,
coming from where you're from,
Yeah.
which is,
New York.
okay,
Well, yeah.
not New York City for
Yeah.
people listening.
Upstate New York.
I made that mistake too.
Westchester.
It's funny. So upstate, and I'm an idiot. I'm from Colorado. So
Yeah.
I used to think upstate
Yeah.
New York, I thought like Queens was upstate New York.
Well, that's because people think upstate New York and they're like, oh, Buffalo, like
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, it's not upstate New York, but people would consider it
What's
upstate.
upstate?
I mean, upstate's like Albany and like
Albany.
like again, like we're like Buffalo and all like really upstate where it's cold and there's nothing to do. But I live like an hour north, so it's like the Orange County of LA. Just, people in the city would be like, you live upstate, but like Westchester is like, you don't really live upstate.
But it's a lot different than this.
Oh
city.
yeah, like I don't say that I'm from the city. I will never say that. 'Cause
Do
I'm
you
not.
are you? But you're wait. So did you go to school in the city?
No. Mm-mm.
You didn't.
I went to school more upstate, in Katona, New York, which was like, that was probably an hour and 20 minutes away.
From your house?
No, from New
From
York.
the city.
It was 20 minutes from my house.
Okay, got it. But how
yeah.
much is the culture shift? Because obviously New York has a very established
Oh,
culture
Yeah.
versus Westchester.
It's so different.
Really?
Yeah. It's very white. I grew up in a very white
and
neighborhood.
you are.
And I'm black, yes. I'm a black woman. But it's, like I was one of the only black families in my town. There's me, and probably 4 others.
For other
Like,
black people?
Yeah,
Okay.
black families.
Out
We had,
of-
oh God, I don't know how many people.
Was it
was
like
small.
Get Out vibes, kinda?
I mean, like growing up, it doesn't feel like Get Out vibes. But then I have people that are from like normal towns
Yeah.
come and they're like, "Dude, your town's really white." I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You never notice it?" I'm like, "No, I just never think. 'Cause this is just all I know." Like, I always was when I was younger, I was always the only black girl in my grade. Maybe I had one other black girl, or like me, a black girl, and one black boy. But like, other than that, there was like no one.
Was it weird? And did you like realize it?
It didn't seem weird because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
Like when I was older, it definitely felt weird because that's
At
when,
what
like,
point did that kind of shift?
probably around middle school, high school, because people, when
Which
you're
is pretty late considering the
Yeah.
situation.
exact, and like for me as well, I grew up going back and forth between Westchester, New York, and LA, and so it was kind of like I had that mix of super like diverse, heavy city vibes, and then super countryside and white town, like small town where there's nothing, like no fast food, there's nothing to do, and all you do is watch movies, and which is why I love film.
There you
Watch
go.
movies and go bowling. And so
Bowling.
I think when I got older, the colorism really kind of started to play in that, because the black kids would, say like, "Oh, Sasha, you're not black enough. Like, you're the whitest black girl I know." And then the white kids would also be like, "Oh, like obviously I'm not white, so I'm not fully accepted."
Yeah.
But they're like, "Oh, like again, you're the whitest black girl I know." But it's like you don't really mesh with either side, so it leaves you in this kind of limbo.
Have you listened to Logic?
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, in high school, dude, in high school, me and my friends were really into Logic. My friend Omar, oh my gosh.
And he talks a lot about
Yeah.
that.
I mean, his whole thing is like,
Yeah.
I'm mixed. And like, that's the same. My whole family's mixed. And like, props to Logic. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
I don't listen to him anymore, but he's, you know, his whole thing is I'm mixed and like no one accepts me. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying like being mixed is hard, but being mixed is kind of confusing.
It
You know,
seems like it.
Because there's people like me. Both my parents are half white, so we did all the charts and stuff. My dad's like half. My grandma's white on my dad's side, and then my mom has a bunch of mixed stuff from both of her parents.
Yeah.
And so when I did my DNA percentage, I thought we were like, oh, like I wonder what the percentage is. Straight in the middle, 50-50.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm half white and half black, but then I obviously like I look black, like I'm not passing. But then there's people like Halsey who are half black, half white, and
Wait, Halsey?
Yeah, her dad's fully black.
Really?
Yeah, and she passes as a white person, but we have the same percentage of.
Isn't it weird where it's like, yeah,
It's crazy.
You're white.
So the idea of like racial
You're black.
identity, it's like it's sad how like or not. Yeah, I mean it's however you take it, but it's like you can identify however you want, but the world will see you a certain way just by the way you look. So like, you know, people were giving shit on Halsey when she was like, oh, like, you know, guys, we need to get like shampoo or conditioner and shampoo in hotels that match our hair, that like curate to black hair. And people were like, Halsey, shut up. And I was like, this is the mixed life though. I feel bad for her. You know, it's just, it's confusing as hell. It's really weird.
So you didn't really notice that. So when you started noticing it in like
Yeah.
middle school,
Yeah.
did your attitude change towards the people you hung out with, or did you like have a desire to find more? Because, well, do you feel like, I don't know,
Yeah.
do you identify, quote unquote,
Yeah.
with one side more than the other?
I mean, I definitely identify as a black woman because that's just the way I've been treated.
Yeah.
Like, growing up in my town, like, yeah, it's just you're a sore thumb. It's you're just sticking out there.
Yeah.
People will look at you. People, you know, will like. It's so weird. There's this one Rite Aid in my store. I've lived there my entire life, and every single time I walk in there, this one guy that works there, will always follow me because he always thinks I'm stealing shit. So the way that I'm treated really reminds me that I'm a black woman, but I don't really. I mean, I identify with my you know, Scottish and Italian roots, but I, you know, when the opportunity comes, I'll say like, yeah, no, my family is fully mixed, and like I go into percentages, but
It's 50-50?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Isn't that insane? It's 49. It's like 50. It's like 1% off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And the mixed part is so mixed. There's so much stuff in there.
What do you got?
I think I got like 22% English, like Welsh or something.
English.
And then I have like, then it gets like really tiny, and it's like 7% Italian, like 2% Irish, like all this stuff.
Is that like the 23andMe thing?
Yeah, yeah.
The sponsor of today.
Yeah, 23andMe.
Imagine if I just
Ancestry.com.
worked it in that well.
Right? Slide that in there. That'd be
Slide it in.
perfect.
Yeah, I have ad space if anyone wants it.
Yes,
but-
please. Ads, we would love
Money.
them. Yeah.
Microphones that are
Microphones
better.
and better mics.
Studios,
Yeah.
not bedrooms.
Yeah, I know.
Apartments.
I miss having those facilities at school.
Dude, I know.
I mean,
You can't use them anymore,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
it
But
sucks. I feel bad for you. You're doing this all the time, so
Yeah,
you
fair
actually
enough.
need it.
well, no, it's
Mm.
it like kind of bothers me, but at the same time, I'm just happy that I'm able to do it and that
Mhm.
Zoom is free.
Yeah.
So and the cool thing about this is you just pay like $100 for distribution per year,
hmm
and then it's just Zoom is free, and you buy a microphone, and then that's
You're
it.
set. Exactly.
You're dialed.
You're done.
You may sound like an idiot though, like me. Occasionally.
I think that I like your podcast. I
Thank
listened
you.
to both Camila's and the policeman.
Yeah.
The policeman.
Thoughts?
And I loved it. I was so, I remember I was listening to Camila's because I was like, the policeman was much more, you know,
Serious. Yeah.
And I listened to Camila's, I was like, they're just fooling around. I want to do that so bad. So
Here we are.
here we are. And here we are. But yeah, no, growing up in New York is weird. I mean, growing up in general was crazy, moving around and all that kind of stuff. But like the New York side was definitely, it was frustrating because it was so boring where I was. But you know, it molded me into who I am today. So
So you were in between Westchester, which is upstate New York,
Mhm.
which is in the middle of nowhere, like foresty.
yeah, foresty. Yes.
Okay, and then the city,
hmm
and then LA.
Yes.
So can you talk about how those different places kind of shaped different parts of you?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things that like
Well,
made you who you are?
100%. Well, I feel starting with where I was born, Westchester. It molded me in a way where I talk about racial identity, like growing up around a lot of white people and all that kind of jazz. It was the way it was. Grew up how to figure out what to do with your day when you have nothing, like going hiking in the woods, making music, making movies, writing movies, watching movies, just consuming so much because like it's not like you can go and distract yourself and go to like Dave and Buster's, which I love. But it was that molded me in a way where I look back and I do call it my home, even though I live in LA now and I love it here and I do consider this my home. Westchester is my true home because that's just the fact. Like I lived there most of my life, but that gave me that, and then that gave me like my wholesome, humble side. Then New York City gave me my independence. That gave me my, going home from a concert 2 a.m.
Were you riding subways at 10?
Not 10. I started
Okay.
riding the subway probably when I was like 15, 16
Okay,
by
okay.
myself. I mean, I was riding the subway and the train all the time. I would take the train in to the city, the Metro North, all the time. Like
Shout
since
out
I was
Metro North.
14, 13. Shout out Metro North, dude. Oh my God, that
Did
train
you
is
like?
legendary.
Did you feel drawn to the city?
No, I used to hate New York City.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't old enough to do anything. Like it was so boring.
Do you have to be old enough
Yeah.
to like?
Even still now, like
Really?
everything that's cool is 21. I remember
Really?
the only thing I discovered that was so sick when I was 15. I went to this show. It's like a interactive like play. I want to say, I don't know. It's called Sleep No More. It's my favorite thing in the entire city.
Sleep
of New York.
what?
Sleep No More. Basically,
Sleep
the
No More.
concept. It's so cool. So what they do is that they put on the play of Macbeth. Sorry for all you superstitious theater people, but we're not in a theater, so it's fine. They put on the show Macbeth and
Shakespeare for
Shakespeare,
people
yes,
who are not educated.
the Scottish play.
Scottish.
And the performers are mostly dancers, which I love because I mean, growing up, like me and my family all danced and had to do ballet, contemporary, all that jazz. And so it's all these dancers portraying this play, and there's no words, so it's all like it sounds so like artsy. It's all interpretive dance, and like it's really dark. I love dark stuff. So
Are
it's
you like?
really,
Are they on a stage?
No. So here's the best part. It's in a big warehouse that's like 6 stories. And so what happened, it's so dark. We're all wearing these terrifying masks. I'll show you a photo after this. It's like these ghostly like masks that all the guests have to wear, and you're not allowed to talk for 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah. So no one's allowed to talk for 3 hours. You have these masks on, and what happens is that they just release you into this ginormous building. And the production design is so sick. There's this one room where I swear to God, you feel like you're outside. You walk into this like through a door, and you're in a graveyard, and there's like dirt, and like it's obviously headstones, and like it's cold, and there's music going on. It's insane. But I probably gone now like I went probably like 14 times in my life.
What?
Yeah, I used to just take my friends.
Wait, how much is it?
I don't know, maybe like $100 a ticket.
Wow.
Yeah,
But it's worth it.
It's so fucking worth it. I was so bummed because I was gonna go again before Corona. Like I was
Yeah.
gonna go for spring break, and everything shut down. I was like, damn, my tickets. But I'm such an advocate for that place, and I always like. Some of my friends love it. Some people hate it. Some people find it too scary. I love scary stuff, so I was.
It's like a haunted house.
It's like a haunted house, but they're not meant to scare you. Like sometimes they'll. Oh wait, I forgot the best part. The best part is that they can interact with you.
Really?
So, yeah.
Like
'cause
touch you?
Yeah. So they
Really?
what they'll do, like they'll say like a dancer is getting ready like for a number, like he's like walking through the lobby because there's like sets like old shops and like a hotel and like all this stuff. He'll take off his coat, he'll turn around and stare at you dead in the eye and just hand you his coat. And then you'll take it. Like that was the first time they'll take it, you'll be like, what do I do? I can't talk. And then he'll put his arms out. You have to put his coat on you. And then he'll take your hand and like take you into another place. And like sometimes they'll like take your arm and bring you into a room, and then they'll like talk to you or like dance for you. It's really weird.
Wow.
It's so weird.
Wait, so were you with a group?
The first time I went was with my dad and my sister, and I was terrified. I thought it was a haunted house.
And did they bring you will they like separate you
You
guys?
can do whatever you want.
Okay.
separate from your group, you can stick with your group. I like getting away from people because when there's like, I don't know how many people there, it's too much. And when you're around people, like a group of 20, 25, like it just gets too crowded and you don't really get that one-on-one time or like that experience. But it feels like you're in a movie. It feels like you're walking around you're immersed into a storybook and just going.
Wow.
And it's so sick. I highly recommend
Sleep No More.
Sleep No More, New York
The
City.
second ad for today.
Yeah, Sleep No More, New York City, the best. But yeah, it's so sick.
So you didn't like New York City.
Yeah,
What were the reasons?
It was, well, when I was younger, I couldn't do anything. Whenever I was in New York, we lived on the Upper West Side, so there wasn't really anything around there. We were on 57th and 11th, throwback, right by the West Side Highway. And there was nothing really to do. It was hot whenever I was there. I hate the heat. It was hot and stinky. I didn't really, when I was living, or when we had the apartment in New York, I spent the most time there. I didn't really have any friends that would come and visit. We couldn't really walk around. So I was just cooped up in an apartment with a beautiful view, and which was great. I just looked at New Jersey from my balcony. But other than that, I hated it. But then when I grew up, I, got to be more independent and grew to love it and grew to, appreciate it much more. And I love the feeling of walking down the street by yourself when you're a teenager in New York is the best feeling.
Just badass.
In the entire world. Yeah. I remember like putting my headphones in and say I had because my orthodontist and my hair person is all in New York. So I would take the train in, go to my appointment, and then just do whatever I want. It was either I take the train back home, walk around, go to Central Park and just listen to music and just stroll by myself or whatever.
And did you feel confident?
It made me feel so confident and so independent. And that's all I wanted when I was a kid. By the time I was 14, I wanted to leave and live in a city and just start my life. And so it was
14.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the Hollywood kid complex?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because a lot of the
Yeah.
I have friends who are not from Hollywood, but
Yeah.
they grew up with parents in Hollywood
Yeah.
or just a variety, and you look at or even just some in social media and stuff, and it
Uh-huh.
seems like their children are grow up really, really, really quickly.
Yeah. I think that growing up surrounded by, living in Hollywood itself, living in LA and, going to sets all my childhood and being surrounded by adults and adult concepts and all this kind of stuff, you do grow up fast. I matured fast. Also moving back and forth taught me how to mature faster because I had to learn how to make friends. I had to learn social cues and all this kind of stuff. So I think that it definitely happens. I want to say I had that mentality of okay, I know that I can survive on my own or I can be independent. Around 14 happened just because of my surroundings. I was constantly around. When I was on set, I was just always talking to the second AD and just anyone who I could talk to because I was so bored because my mom was filming. I was I just want to make conversation and just learn about what's going on. So that helped with my film, interest. And it also taught me how to talk to adults well at the age 10. I was that was all I was doing. But
So do you feel like you could empathize and talk to adults better than you could to kids at some points? Because I personally, I totally had that.
Yeah.
I just got adults and I could just talk to them well.
Yeah.
But then kids were always, I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't, because kids aren't logical and they're ruthless.
Yeah.
And all of those things, and not at points respectable
Mm-hmm.
and respectful.
Yeah.
So I could just talk to adults just because it was a lot more civil.
Yeah, I liked talking to adults more because I felt I liked getting that respect from an adult. If I had if I was really young and I was I want to show you a dance I made or I want to whatever. I loved getting that respect and that not validation, but an adult giving me critiques on, that was a great dance. I loved how you did that and that. And I was I'm going to take these notes and make myself better and improve. But with kids, I liked, hanging out with kids, but I feel I gravitated to adults and my older siblings much more because all my siblings are much older. So it kind of taught me how to also hang out with their friends and talk to, them. But it was, And yeah. I lost the train of thought. I was gonna say something else. I lost it. It went out my brain.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
So then you didn't like New York City, and at what point did you start liking it? And why?
It was honestly
The bagels.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started about the bagels. I miss New York food so much. I miss New York Italian food and New York bagels, breakfast bagels all the time. My friend, oh my gosh, my friend Alex, God bless him. For Christmas, first that happened over quarantine. I was living by myself in LA over quarantine because New York was like, Westchester especially was like the grossest of all gross. They were like, this is where it's really bad. I was like, I'm not going home. So I stayed here, and Alex's, I think it was his mom or someone, sent me a bag of fresh bagels
From New York?
Yes, from New Jersey where they live, which is this, and they sent them to me, and I opened the box, and I was so happy, and I opened the bag, and I get ready to cut it, to toast it, and there's mold. There's mold on the bagels. I couldn't eat any of them. I had to throw every single one out.
Wow.
It sucked.
Hey, it was the thought that counted.
I know, exactly. It was the thought that counts. So thank you, Alex, for those bagels. But I feel that I learned to love New York really when I was able to be by myself in New York. I didn't like having to, walk with my mom across the street, or like, my mom loves to drive in the city. I hate driving in the city.
Why?
Because
no. Why would she want to drive in the city?
Because she doesn't want to take the subway. My mom was never a subway person.
It too dirty?
I don't know. I think I think it was just too dirty and too like closed. Personal space. That's her whole,
Okay.
But I love the subway. The subway's my favorite part of the entire city.
Why?
I think because I'm very much a navigation mind. Like I love like planning routes and like figuring things out, like maps and stuff. Like if you drop me in the middle of New York or even like LA, I can look around and figure out where I am really fast. And that's how I've been since I was a kid. Just direction is so easy for me, and like seeing like the grids of a map, I can just picture it in my head. And so
how about in the woods? Given a map, compass.
Well, now that's a little different.
No grids in the forest.
No grids in the forest. But I loved the concept of I'm Upper West Side. I gotta get to Soho. Like, what trains do I take? How many blocks do I go? This and that, and just doing like the math of putting it together. And go, okay, 2 blocks this way and 4 down. Like that's it. And so I love ever since I started being able to have my music playing in my headphones and being able to walk around the city. That's what I loved. I felt like I was in a music video or a movie. I was like, yeah, I'm in New York. Look at me.
Welcome to New York.
I was Taylor Swift. Yeah, no. And then LA was my favorite of all of them. I think because there was so much like what to do, but then also like the schools that I went to were really great. There were these like crazy high-end private schools. Like one was right off the 405. It's called the Curtis School, and it was. I mean, I love the friends I made there, but like everyone was just much more artistic, and the school was gorgeous, and like we had better classes and like better things to do, and better field trips, and like my choir that I was in, like we would go to choir competitions and like do a whole thing, and so I loved the LA private school system. Some people hate it, but I thought it was great, and it's kind of also weird how when you get older in the LA private school system, it's kind of much like, I don't know, all the LA private schools know each other, and like it's kind of an industry on its own. Like I remember in 7th grade, I went to Campbell Hall later on, and people, if you were going to a party or like some type of like, I don't know, event, people would be like, oh, like this person, I know that person. Like, oh, Maya Hankin, I know her. She goes to Harvard Westlake. Harvard Westlake, right? And I'm like, yeah, like, how would you know? It's like, oh, I just heard of them. I think it very much like just how the industry works out, where it's like everyone knows each other but really doesn't know each other.
The industry, like Hollywood,
yeah. And so it's weird. It's very, very weird. But you'll talk to people in like even in college. I'll be like, oh, you're from LA. Like, do you know this person, that person? And they're like, oh yeah. Like,
so in a weird way, it was really small.
Yeah, it was scarily small. It was really, really.
And were you more naturally drawn to like the Hollywood-esque vibe?
Yeah,
versus the like New York City.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in movies.
And was that because of your I don't want to be like, oh, who's your parents?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like my mom. I grew up with my mom, who's an actress. Her name's Vanessa Williams, and I growing. It's all I knew. I feel like ever since I was a baby, like was an infant, I was put on camera in the beginning, and then I did commercials with my family when I was younger and all that kind of stuff. And growing up, like I would be with my mom on set all the time, and wherever she moved, like wherever Ugly Betty, which was a show she was on, would move to New York or LA, I would just go with her, and I would like understand the crew and understand like aspects of film. And so it was literally all I knew. The passion for it was so, drawn to me, and that idea. And I loved movies as well, watching movies. It's, storytelling is a big aspect of my life. And so it was just so fascinating to me. I love the idea that like, I used to put it as, why pick a job when I could pretend to be anything? Like,
quote.
Like,
there you go.
Yeah, I was like, because I remember when I was younger, I was like, I want to be like, I was like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a painter. I want to whatever. And I was like, why stick to one when you could be an actor and just pretend to be, and just, pretend to be one? And so
I think a lot of people don't understand that acting is really just playing pretend.
Yeah, yes.
It's very weird how like actors and actresses are like, oh gosh, what's the word? Basically, they're almost they're like the people,
Mm-hmm.
the like popular kids of society.
Yeah.
But why?
I don't know.
Like, why aren't like the best doctors like the cool kids on the block versus like actor? It's always been like weird to me because in a weird way it reverses, right? Because you have like the drama kids in high school who are the quote drama kids. I love drama kids, by the way.
Yeah.
But then they go and audition and get into movies, and then here they are like in Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the people that were that's just always kind of been bizarre to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because even like growing up like in my high school, like the drama kids to some extent were like the drama kids. And like, they were doing their own thing.
Drama kids?
Yeah. Well, it's weird because they're like my friend, like they're my friends now. So I don't want to be like,
are your
that.
friends nerds, Max?
Yeah, but like,
call them out right
my
now.
God. But I just always thought how that's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, no, it's strange.
And so, what your parents were kind of looked up in that way?
What do you mean?
Like they were famous.
Yeah. My dad. He didn't start out as an actor. He started as a basketball player. And so, like, he was looked at. He played on the Lakers from 2000. Oh,
Rick Fox.
Rick Fox, yes. He, I think it was like 99 to maybe 2003 or 2000 to 2003. I don't know. The Kobe Shaq age era. But peak Lakers era, man. But he was looked out in that field, and my mom was looked up in the, she had all fields. It was like acting, music, and Broadway. And so, you had a wide range of, if I was talking to someone, or at least now, and they're like, oh, like your mom and dad is that person, like, it's surprising to see what they know them from. They're like, oh my gosh, I used to listen to the music when I was a kid, or oh my God, like I went to so many of those games. Like, you get a really big field. And so even someone the other day was like trying to like pry out who my parents were at work. They're trying to figure, and I always try, because that's one of my biggest, not insecurities, but my biggest fear is that I don't want to be one of those kids, celebrity kids that are like, my parents are these people. I've always been that way, where I just don't really like, it's not that I don't like saying it. If someone asks, I'll say it, but it's like, when it comes out of my throat, I'm like, oh, like, this feels, even saying their full name, it's like,
What are the big, like, what's the big, with that, like, as you just said?
I just don't want to feel like a celebrity kid, because I know a lot of people that are like, my mom is this person, my dad is this person, and they will like really push it. They'll, to
the point of using it to do what?
Using them to be like, respect me. Like, using them to be like, look how important I am. These are my parents. And I don't, especially when I'm meeting people or when I'm getting to know someone, I like for people to know me for myself. I don't like to associate with that. Like, for example, in college, first 2 years of college, you're meeting so many people. A lot of people, once you meet them, they're like, oh, what's your Instagram? Like, blah, blah, blah. And for me, I'm verified on Instagram, so it's very, very quick. If they don't know, and then you give them their Instagram, like, quick reaction. They go, why are you verified?
Why are you verified?
I don't fucking know. I don't think I think it's just for, like, being the daughter of them. Like,
that's kind of bizarre.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning and I literally called my mom and I was like, I didn't do anything for this, because I got verified when I was in like high school, like maybe senior year.
And how many followers did you have at that point?
Maybe like like maybe 16,000, 17,000,
And what are you at now?
32 or something.
And how?
30
Yeah.
something?
Wow.
Yeah,
And do you honestly
might have
like
been 20 something.
how much of that is you doing you versus like, hey, I'm this like.
Well, I don't do me at all on my main Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it stresses me out. And maybe like this will help getting out there if people listen from people that follow me. But like, I have so much anxiety of putting myself out there because I'm afraid that if I do something stupid or if I, mess up, I won't be able to take it back.
Mm.
The idea if I post like a scandalous photo, scandalous for me is just like a bit like a photo of me and my friends at the beach, like that type of thing. Like, am I ever going to be like, why did I post that? Like, now it's for on the internet forever. Like, I should have never done that. That idea of regretting it.
The internet's written in ink.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
and my mom always, that's a good quote. Wait a minute. That's pretty sick.
I'm not claiming.
my mom always, she always taught me when the internet was, or when Instagram and like the internet was getting, social media was getting more prominent. She was like, be careful, because not only are you a kid that's dumb and will post stupid shit, but you also are a celebrity and a celebrity celebrity's child. Not Anne, but yes, a celebrity's child. Sorry, I'm so tired. And you have eyes on you. So I had this idea that I had to be really cookie cutter until I was 18, and still now. Like, modeling is one thing where I was like, oh, cool, I get to post, like, kind of, like, hot photos online. But before, like, if you look at my Instagram, before I started modeling, I would never post photos of my face. I hated it. I was like, I don't want to, mess up.
So you didn't, why specifically not your face, though?
I don't know. I mean, growing up, I always was insecure. And I was like, I don't want to, I didn't feel confident. And so I didn't feel confident until I was around 18. And I remember I went to prom and I posted a photo and everyone was like, this is gorgeous. And I was like,
What changed?
I think I glowed up.
Okay.
I had a rough, I from the age, oh my God, you can look online, from the age of fucking like, probably like 11, like puberty, to probably, I want to say like 15. It was rough.
Rough couple years there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just puberty,
It all happens.
acne, braces, awkwardness, all of the above. And so around the time of 17, like my senior year, that's when I feel came into myself and, for the first time felt pretty and confident. And so and even as I said, you follow me on my Finsta.
I do.
I have a fake. I have a Finsta, which is just my private.
You were very
Instagram.
active on it.
Dude, I post all the time. My Finsta is, I take so much pride in it because I love it. I feel so, I don't care what people think. I post whatever I want. I like my TikTok's private too. I post all my TikToks on there, like all my shit. I don't really care because I know it's all my close people and they won't judge me. So, and even like the photos that I'm like, oh, should I post? Like, is it too hot? I'll post them on my Finsta and just be like, whatever. But at times people are like, why don't you just be you? And I'm like, I don't know. It's hard. It's like scary.
Well, and I mean, same thing, like, for example, the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Like, I do this and I say things, like, not every word, but like, and I'm getting more comfortable.
Yeah.
But especially, for example, the police officer thing I did.
Yeah.
That was like, every word I'm saying is going to be interpreted in a biased or unbiased. And so I asked Sasha about that because I was like, how do you think my bias was? And she thought I was like pretty middle ground, which was good. And I came across that way.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's scary and it just takes practice.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be giving you advice, but
at times I wish I could just like start over. Like, there are moments where I want to just archive every photo on my Instagram and just start fresh. Because I feel like, especially over quarantine, I really came into myself where I was like, you know what? Before I kind of cared what people thought. Like, Instagram and physically and Finsta. Now I really just, I'm just doing me, and I don't, I can't take that effort and time to stress over, other things other than myself. I just focused on myself and try to better, myself physically and mentally. And so, I started running.
Hell yeah. Run a chick.
Yep. And so
How much did you run this last week?
Oh my God. I've been working like crazy.
Okay, facts, yeah.
I've been running.
I can't give you shit.
I've been waking up at 4:30, like 3 days in a row every week to work from 7 a.m. because I live in Orange County. I have to drive an hour to work in Culver City. And so I have to work from 7 a.m. to 3 every day, just modeling. And it's modeling is hard at times, is very easy at times. This is a job where it's tiring, but it's fun. I love the people there. I love the work that I do. And, it's worth it. It's worth waking up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know how long I'll model, but it's my job. It's my gig for now. I never intended on doing it. So
Yeah.
it's just something I'm doing right now.
So how did being kind of split between two worlds growing up,
Mm-hmm.
between your two parents who ended up getting divorced,
Yeah.
that, and also like your dad was in LA, and so you're
Mhm.
like, okay, dad LA, and then your
Yeah.
mom's in Westminster, so you're like, mom Westminster.
Westchester.
Westchester.
Westminster.
It's
In
not
England,
in the UK.
Yeah. I wish.
But how did? Well, no. Never mind.
Okay.
ADD.
Yeah.
How did like associating a place with a parent like kind of like rule in your life?
I think that I mean, it was always like LA was for the summer. So I always thought LA was for the summers. LA was more fun. Dad's more fun because I get to not go to school. I can do whatever I want. And then I come back to New York where it's, cold. I love the fall, but like winter, school, like, have to wake up at 6 a.m. to get ready for school. My mom's waking me up. I'm like, ugh, mom. So I kind of built this stigma of like, summer is fun, dad. And then like, my mom is just my parent, that kind of thing. But now that I'm grown, I'm like, I realize that both my parents are chill. Like, they're both fine. But when I was younger, I definitely felt that like LA was very much more me because I felt free. I felt like I can do whatever I want.
Do you think that's why you're here now?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. I loved it. And because LA and New York studio life is very different. When we were living in New York and my mom was going into New York City, she would go to like Brooklyn or something to film Ugly Betty in like the early, or like 2000 something, I don't know. The sets there, we would film at Silver Cup Studios, and the sets are just a building, just a warehouse, and so it's not that inviting because it's just long hallways and everyone has dressing rooms that are just no windows and just road, in a line. And then the sets were cool because they're sets, but it's very dull and like scary and like not the best environment. But then when you're filming on Paramount or something, and I don't remember the studio name, but we filmed across the street from Paramount, and I wasn't doing shit. I was just in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Or even when my mom was doing Desperate Housewives, like we filmed at Universal Studios. So I would go to Universal almost every single day with my mom for work and just hang out at Universal as a kid, being able to do whatever I want. Have you been on like the studio tours?
No.
Okay, well there's this thing where it's like you go on the studio tour and you get on like a tram and drive around, right? When I was a kid, I remember I was like, oh my God, I'm in a trailer right now. I'm going to come out of the trailer so that these people on the studio tour think I'm a movie star. And so I'd like put on one of my mom's robes and like I would hear a tram coming by the trailers and I'd like step out and like walk to wardrobe, like because I knew people in there. I'd like walk to wardrobe and be all dramatic and people would be taking photos of me and being like, oh my God. Like, and for a moment I was like, wow, I really feel like an actor. I really I love this. Like I want to do this. But it's, I have pictures of me like hanging out at Wisteria Lane, just like unsupervised, just walking around or like going to the old like Western movie sets from like the 40s, 50s and just, walking and like stepping in all the saloons and all that kind of stuff. And I remember I like used to take the golf cart around and like go to where the tram goes, but like walk to the Bates Motel house and just be there by myself. Like all these iconic, crazy famous places that I just had as my literal playground. And so there was one time, like, sometimes I would really abuse the playground aspect because one time I, like, was in a trailer and I got too comfortable and I mistakenly set a bagel on fire.
Bagels.
In a microwave. And I remember I almost, like, almost burned down Universal because that actually happened one time, apparently. Someone, like, broke in and burned down the King Kong thing, like, attraction. But I almost burned down my mom's trailer and I ran out to I think, like, the second AD and I was like,
hey,
Mike. I was really scared because he looked like he was working. I didn't want to interrupt him. I was like, Mike, I need your help. And he was like, wait, hold on, I'm doing a call. And I was like, no, Mike, like the trailer's on fire. I was like, you have to come right now. But it was fun. I loved it. I loved it so much and I miss it, which is why I'm like, I want to act and get back out there. But
so how did that environment where like the studio was your playground and just like being between the two cities and your parents being famous, like how did that contribute to like who you, I mean, obviously it has contributed
Yeah.
significantly to who
Mhm.
you are today,
Mhm.
but what are like the biggest aspects?
I mean, it helped in film school, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of, as I said way earlier, like, concept of learning everything and like the second ID and like assistant, just learning how all aspects of film too, because I got to hang out with on set. I got to help my mom with lines, so I, saw how a script looked and was written, all that kind of jazz. And so I got that. It helps in film school. I think it helped being very bi-coastal and it helped me be flexible and having to, adapt really easily in how things can change drastically in any moment. And I would just be like, okay, like, that's how it is. I guess I'm moving again. I guess I'm moving across country, going to a new school. I have to make new friends. Like that idea of just, grabbing life by the balls. It's like, okay, I gotcha. But yeah, no, it's, I'm glad it was an interesting. Can't wait to write about it in a book because it's it's a really interesting upbringing, and I love like talking about it and just sharing my stories, and like my friends are always, because I don't, again, it's like the parent thing, like I hate bragging about it. I don't like the idea of being like, well, when I lived in LA, blah blah blah. Like if someone asks me, I'll be like, oh yeah, like I almost burnt down Universal. That happened. And they're like, what? Why haven't you told me that before? I've known you for like 5 years.
I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
And you've never told me that.
Exactly. They're like, why haven't you told me that? I'm like, I don't know. You never asked. Like straight up, like I never.
So have you ever burned down Universal?
No, but actually I almost burned down a trailer on Universal Studios near the earthquake set.
Dialed.
It was in between the earthquake tram set and the old. I think
very
they
clear
down.
memory of this.
I have so much imagery, but and the old western, I think it's torn down now. But yeah, so it's so much fun. I miss it. I love it a lot.
So what are your plans as far as, so you went to film school, Chapman,
Yeah.
and it was funny. Well, it's not, I don't know. It's funny
Yeah.
because it's the only school you applied to and you wanted to go there, and now you are, what's the technical term for it? You didn't
I'm
drop
taking a
out.
break. I didn't drop out. I'm just taking the semester off. I'm waiting till we're on in person again.
Okay,
Because I can't do online. It's for me, I took my classes that I could take online that weren't hands-on, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I got like film history, got that over with. Like things that I can really sit in my room and just listen. But like classes like cinematography, where we were in studios like lighting stuff, I can't learn that online. I feel like I don't want to learn that online.
I'm in a cine class and my professor has a mannequin.
Oh, and lighting the mannequin?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's so bizarre.
Oh god, yeah.
And there's like a green screen behind the mannequin and he like lights, I mean, props to him. He's
Yeah.
doing his job.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like lighting the mannequin and I'm just like staring. I'm like, what's going on?
It's just a bummer. Like
Dude.
I
Oh
don't
my gosh.
I don't want to learn that way. I don't want to leave film school and have my degree and be like, well, all I did was just sit in my room and just look. Because like you can go on YouTube and learn any of the shit that they're teaching online.
Shh.
Sorry.
Don't tell people.
Don't tell people that, but that's the truth. Like
Yeah.
there's so much content out there. You can learn anything like this online like they're doing. But for me, I went to school for the hands-on experience, the college experience, and the fact that I'm not getting that, I'm like, why am I here? I'd rather just build my, career and start working.
Facts.
Make the money.
Go off.
Make that money.
Make that money.
Yeah.
So what's your plan as far as transitioning from like modeling and like
Mhm.
slowly back into acting?
Well, I'm taking a bunch of acting classes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had
mhm.
no idea.
And they're all online, which again sucks, but it's fine. It's all I can do right now. I
At
take
Chapman?
No, with like an actual acting teacher.
Oh,
Eric
really?
Morris, I think. Eric Morris. I had one class last week because I finally settled into my new apartment. So Eric Morris, I think I have classes with him on Tuesdays, and then I'm modeling, kind of, building that just because that's like my steady gig. I don't intend on modeling if I don't have to, but that's that. I'm working on music. I am recording music all the time. That's something else where I'm like, oh, like if I put it out there, I can't take it back and people know. But like, I'm working on an EP. I want to get it out there as soon as possible. Maybe.
Give us a date.
No, I can't do that. I hate commitment. Okay, let me. Okay, because I'm not gonna push it. I'm gonna say for sure summer.
Okay.
For sure, produced, done, album art, music videos done.
Really?
Summer.
I want to see it,
Okay, yeah.
dude.
I'm saying this. I'm scared as I'm saying this. I'm like, is this real? But I'll say
All
summer
5
right now.
people that are listening
I know
to
all
this
5 people.
are gonna hold you to it.
They're like, June, we're ready.
Let's go.
But yeah, no, I'm recording stuff all the time. Recording, writing. I have so many demos, and like some songs are fully written. And
I've heard
recorded.
them.
Yeah. What do you think?
Me gusta.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so.
Have you
so
heard
much.
my demos?
No.
Do you remember when no, I like made something on GarageBand on your
Mhm.
computer
Oh
with
yeah.
like 2 notes.
Yes,
And I
the
just played
strings.
them over and over. I'm like, yo, this is sick.
I remember.
Check
I was
it
like,
out.
I listened to it because you were like, "Don't listen to it, please." I listened to it. I was like, "This kid's music. This kid is
This
music.
kid's music.
This kid is musical."
I just like play a C major chord
yeah.
and I'm like, music,
hmm
innovation.
I remember that one like.
What do the black keys do anyway?
I remember when I made that like Tame Impala-esque song. You were like, "You made that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
No biggie.
Yeah, I was like, you're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I just did it." You're like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Maybe I just gotta continue and make that
Dude.
just for you."
You just need to commit.
I know.
That's
I have
the
so
thing.
many goals that it's
'Cause,
so hard.
Well, you got to realize. So, for example, I do
Yeah.
this thing,
Yes.
and I am not the best at it yet.
No.
But like, and your first songs might not be the best,
Mhm.
but then you get
Better.
and the most importantly, critique from a variety of people,
Mhm.
33,000 people,
Yeah.
and you'll be like, hey, just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, I hate it or I love it, but at least you get to know and you
Yeah.
take what you learn and move on.
That's the thing. My
But
dad.
you just got to
always-
start.
Exactly.
You
my,
can't build it up.
Yeah, I'm such a perfectionist that I'm like, well, it can always be worked on. Like, how do I know if people will like this? How do I know if like this is the right song to open with? But my dad always says like, don't be. First of all, start somewhere. And my mom, start somewhere. Don't be stressed that people like it because you'll find people will like. There's gonna be people in the world, might not even be your friends, might not be your family, that will like your music, and that's just how it is. There's gonna be at least one person that will go, that song's kind of good. And so I'm banking on that idea of like, and thank God, like some of my friends are like, I would genuinely listen to your music, but
I would genuinely listen to your music.
oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks. I'm trying to, I have a lot of different sounds that I want to work with. So it's
Are you going to
gonna-
have an alias?
I think my name is pretty sick. I think I
I
gotta
like your
stick.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even as a kid, people were like, that's such a rock star name. And I was like, thanks. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Because
it's-
like I was like, this is gonna be the Max Sauerbrei podcast, and I was like, bleh.
you're like, no.
I like your Sasha Fox
Yeah.
has a good ring.
Picture Sasha Fox on a stage with my axe, my guitar, singing.
Axe?
Yeah, my guitar. Like, as people call it an axe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm uncultured.
What do we have? Axe. What was the other words? Oh, I don't remember. When you re-listen, you'll remember. But an axe. Yeah. But yeah. Picture me on my guitar, singing, doing all that jazz. Yeah. Really, really hardcore. Really,
Hardcore, bro.
yeah.
Wait, what kind of music do you make?
I make a lot of different stuff. The stuff that I'm most prone to do is very like Phoebe Bridgers, moody, like sad, slow,
Emo-y.
emo-y music.
Ripped jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ripped jeans, but not like hardcore ripped jeans. More like ripped jeans. I'm at a beach. I'm watching the sunset, and I'm sad, alone. That kind of vibe. You know?
Okay.
Or I'm taking a walk in the.
What kind of
woods.
beach we talking?
Ooh.
Pebble Beach.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
With-
that works.
It's not like a nice white sand beach.
You're wearing it's pebbles, and you're wearing boots. You're wearing boots. You're like.
Doc Martens.
Yeah. Yes. Doc Martens, 14-eyed Doc Martens, my daily shoe. But yeah, that's the
Third sponsor of the podcast.
Doc Martens. But yeah, no, there's that realm, and then there's like the Biba Doobie realm where it's kind of like much more.
Biba do what?
Biba Doobie. She's
Biba
like
what?
one of my favorite artists. She's a girl from the UK who just makes this very kind of like girl alternative rock. I don't want to say it's not punk. It's not. It's just like.
It's itself.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
unique.
She's great. She's my biggest inspiration music wise, like hardcore. And I think that those are the two things I'm working with where it's,
Music and acting? Or
yeah,
Biba Doobie
Biba
and...
Doobie and Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay,
yeah,
got it,
vibes, yeah. But also
Yeah.
music and acting. Those are my number one goals. Yeah.
And what do you want to do with acting? Like, what kind of stuff are you interested in?
I really, really want. I want to do everything. I really want to do dramas. I love movie musicals because I also was a theater kid, so musicals.
Theater kids.
Love it.
You may.
Comedy, of course, but not like comedy slapstick or like Andy Samberg. More like, or not Samberg, Andy Sam. Adam Sandler. I get them mixed up.
Andy
Sorry.
Samberg.
Both. I mean, it works.
Yeah, true.
But more like like Lady Bird, that kind of like.
Yeah, comedy. That's a classic comedy.
Yeah, it's a classic, dramedy. But yeah, like something like that. I want to do TV. I want to do film. I want to do stage work too. Like
Really?
yeah. I mean my mom growing up. My mom was also Broadway, so
Yeah.
she did Broadway, and so when we did live in New York City or had a place to commute, I would spend a lot of time backstage as well, just in her dressing room, and I would like memorize, like when she did Sondheim on Sondheim, which is a kind of like a review musical on Stephen Sondheim. It's like a weird, I don't know how to explain it. It's a musical about Stephen Sondheim, as he's a famous musical writer, like show tune writer, all like jazz. But I say that a lot. I say all that jazz.
All that jazz. It's
all
a good.
jazz.
Everyone has their own sentence.
Yeah. But
and all that jazz.
yeah, and all that jazz. But yeah, so I grew up like with all, and my mom's musical
With all that
theater
jazz.
with all that jazz all the time running in my head. And so yeah, I'd love to do all of that. I want to do everything. I really do.
I like how
I just have to-
open-minded you are.
Yeah, I
Because
just
a lot
gotta
of
start.
people, like if I were to make like a movie,
Mhm.
I would only want to make like one certain type of movie, which you can't have going into the industry because you're not
Yeah.
gonna be able to choose.
What is your certain type of movie? If
I'd,
you know.
I'd love to write a war movie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What war do you think Is it like true?
Afghanistan, Iraq. No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
based on true,
Okay.
but not like not Nam or anything like
Or
that.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
I thought you were gonna say like World War One.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I love. I know you're Cine, and or like you do Cine. I love 1917.
What's that?
What's Cine? Cinematography.
Shout out
art
Mr.
of the
Deakins,
camera.
Roger Deakins. He's on next week.
Mm-hmm. That'd be so sick.
Hello,
Oh my
Max
God.
Rowe.
Right? But yeah, 1917. Oh my God, 1917 was incredible. I
Yeah,
was like,
we
oh.
saw that together.
We
Do you remember?
did.
Yeah.
We did. That was the second time I saw it. Yes, we did.
Dude.
First time I saw it was in London.
True.
Yeah, whew. So, in a beautiful theater. I don't remember where it was,
Mm.
but it was so nice. But we did see that.
Yeah, we had a
together.
full crew.
Yeah.
That was sick.
It was such a good movie.
Oh
The
my
music
gosh.
for that movie. My God.
I need to watch it again.
I'm in.
But there's
to
some
watch it.
movies that are like theta.
It's a very much a
You see
theater
it in the
movie.
theta.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
like a Nolan movie or
I
1917.
was gonna say, did you see Tenet
Oh
in
my
theaters?
god, yeah.
I
In
saw it over the
IMAX.
summer in
It
theaters.
was very loud.
Oh my God, yeah. was very
Exhausting.
loud.
I saw it with Juliet and
Yeah.
I was literally holding my ears.
Yeah.
I felt like such a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is it so loud?
Yeah, that's the same with Dunkirk. Oh my God, I saw Dunkirk
Oh my
maybe
God.
like 3 times in theaters, and my ears, my God, it was
Worth it.
loud. It was worth it though. I always have to see movies like.
Do you understand Tenet?
Dude.
Did it look sick though?
Dude, that fight sequence backwards that they filmed looked really cool.
Oh my god.
I had to watch a bunch of videos explaining it. Like as I came out of the theater, I was like, I think I knew what happened.
I
I
understand.
understood
I'm a film
like
kid.
70% of that. But I watched like maybe 20 minutes worth of research like explaining this timeline and when they did that and blah blah blah. And then I feel like because I only saw it once, if I see it again, like
Dude.
and with going in with that mindset and knowing what's up, it would make more
I
sense.
saw it again and it made way more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot more too.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to like be like, what the fuck's going on? And also like I can't hear any of the words that these people are
Sounds
saying.
like a very traumatic experience.
Yeah.
What's happening? I can't.
I saw this like parody on YouTube
Yeah.
and it was like as soon as all the like people open their mouths,
Yeah.
the like just volume just goes to like a million.
Yeah.
And it's just like rah, 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 rah.
That yeah.
Shout out
that's-
to oh god, Ludwig Göransson, the guy who did the score.
Yeah.
He's dope, and he did the score for Black Panther.
He did.
I DM'd him. I want him to
Really?
come on the pod. Oh my god, I'd love to talk to him.
Dude.
Rah, I'm
Ugh,
trying.
Yeah.
If Ludwig Göransson's listening to this, he does Childish Gambino's music. He does a
Mhm.
lot of things.
Yeah.
That's-
He's the guy with the hair, right?
The guy with the
He's the
hair.
white guy with the
guy
hair.
with the hair
Yeah.
and the
And-
feet.
Yeah, with feet.
Yeah.
What's up with his feet?
Well, you were like the guy with the hair.
Oh, but doesn't he have long hair? Am I crazy?
No, he has long hair.
Yeah, he does.
But, like, the
What's up with
hair-
his feet? No.
No. I was just thinking because you're like, oh, the white guy
Yeah,
with the hair.
oh.
I'm like,
And
that's
the
very
eyebrows.
descriptive. Yeah. He has hair.
I was like, is this a prominent thing? What's wrong with the feet?
Oh my
But,
gosh.
Yeah, the hair, the long hair.
The hair, the feet.
I didn't know he did. I didn't know he did the score to
Black
Dunk-
Panther.
Yeah.
He did Black Panther. He's done
That's wild.
all of not all of, but a lot of Gambino's, like
Yeah.
Awaken My Love
yeah.
and After.
Yeah.
And then he did, oh god, he did The Mandalorian.
I didn't see that show.
Me neither.
Yeah. Right. Like
Well, I reresearched him because I'm like, I really want to like work with him.
Yeah.
I want to interview him, but
Yeah.
not interview, have a
Have a
conversation.
conversation.
Because
Mhm.
this is not an interview.
This is a talk, a nice chat.
It's a chat.
Mhm.
A chat that's been going for.
Oh God.
Dude, so
How long have we got? How?
I was 1756. That's pretty good.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Bruh,
Yeah.
do you have anything else to say? Your friends are coming soon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're about to have a Galentine's Day. We're about to have a
Valentine's
Lindsay
Day.
Lohan
Lindsay Lohan.
movie. Yeah. I mean, I guess for anyone who's listening to this that, you know, doesn't know me, I hope that this shed a light on the mystery of me because I
The
don't post
mystery
anything.
of Sasha Falls.
Yeah, people. I mean, the thing is, here's one thing I'll say. Here's the one thing I'll say if you want to end it. People perceive me in a very weird, a different way than how I really am. People usually come up to me at college, or if they, you know, have seen me on Instagram or they know who I was before meeting me, they always say, "You look so intimidating. Like I thought you were gonna be a bitch. Like I thought you were gonna be a stuck-up, like, you know, famous rich kid, blah blah blah." And they're always like, "I was so surprised. When I first met you, I thought you were gonna be awful. I'm so surprised that you're not-"
Really?
I get that all the time. I will never forget the first time I like realized that people will have that notion in me. I was traveling with my mom and I was hanging out with these kids and at like a party. It was like a family party. We were in Egypt. We were at a family friends party.
You were in Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
we were in Egypt dinner.
We were just in Egypt.
We were just in Egypt vacationing, and my family friend at my family friend's house, and there were kids there. And this one friend of mine was like, not my friend, was like, when my mom told me you were coming to the party, I suspected that you were going to be this stuck up, awful. And also, we're like 11. She's
Yeah.
like, this stuck
Oh
up,
my
and that's
gosh.
also we're telling you how that is that we were so young. She's like, I thought you were going to be awful and like stuck up and rude. But that's not it at all. And that was the first time I was like, wow, like people can have that notion before they meet me. So I really have to break that barrier of that. And so you know, whenever I start posting my true self on
My true self.
my true self on my Instagram, that sounds cheesy, but like, you know, relax and just do whatever the fuck I want. Then
Fuck yeah.
yeah, even this like I swear all the time. I swear constantly, and my mom was always like, you can't swear on the internet, like, because I wanted to be a Disney Channel kid. So she was like, if you swear on the internet, Disney Channel will never hire you. And I was like, you're right. And so I just did. I was like, I can never.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I was drawing the, you know, I don't know. Well, people have definitely seen the Disney Channel
Yeah.
thing where you take like the wand
Mhm.
and you draw the like Disney ears. And I just
Mhm.
did that when she said I wanted to be a Disney
I
Channel.
always
kid.
wanted to do that, and
And
so
I thought it was real, dude.
yeah, yes, me too. I was like, oh wow, they discovered magic, and only Zendaya and Bella Thorne know how to do it. But I wanted to do that, and I thought that I could never be on those shows if I swore or was bad or like, you know. But like, I swear. The truth is, I swear constantly. I do, and
It's
even
a sign
then,
of intelligence, apparently. That's what my mom told me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes me feel better. My mom always goes, you swear like a truck driver or a sailor. I'm like, thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
That makes me feel great. But yeah, no, it's simply this. It's kind of it's not scary, but it's the first time I'm really ever, other than like comments, that I'm swearing on you know, a broadcast.
Well,
of
there
all
you
sorts.
fucking go.
Well, there you fucking go.
You
Here I
fucking
am.
killed it.
I thank you so much, dude.
Yeah, did.
Yeah,
Nice
felt
to meet you,
fucking
dude.
amazing.
Freaking sick one.
But yeah, no, I hope that in the future I relax more and people get to see who I really am. When I wanted to make a YouTube channel, I did for a while, but when I wanted to be a YouTuber for a hot second,
You can find it.
yeah, you can find it somewhere online. You can find it, but that's how I felt. I was like, I can express to people who I am through that, because I don't want them to have this image of me, like, because I'm not. Modeling is something I fell into. I never felt that, you know, the modeling
It
world.
was your calling.
No. Apparently. Someone said, you want to model? I said, yeah, I'll do it. Didn't ever think about that, but thank you for thinking I can model. But yeah,
Wow.
that's all, you know,
Dope.
wacky. But yeah,
Well, thank you for talking.
of course.
Of course.
Dude, this is so much fun. I love this. This is great.
It's great.
I had
You can
a
just
great
talk
time.
shit with
I know.
people
I want to do
for
this all the time.
An hour.
I'm like, this is the way I can
Start a
express myself.
podcast.
Dude.
Dude.
What would I even talk about? Oh, life. All life things.
Dude, I don't know what I'm talking. What did we talk about?
I know, right?
Bagels and burning down studios
Yeah.
and
and
being in cities and what are we in skiing?
Trains, skiing.
Tele skiing.
Axe.
ADD.
Yeah, axe. ADD. Yeah, pretty much. It was good.
Solid.
Yeah, it was great.
Doubt. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon.
Morning, afternoon.
Good night.